chainsaws. Hello YouTube, welcome to Wally's World. Today I want to talk to you about chainsaws. Now, nearly a year ago I did a chainsaw review on the McCulloch CS3600T chainsaw, which was the chainsaw that I owned at the time. And believe it or not, it is my most successful YouTube video to date. It has, as we speak, over 2,000 views. So, it turns out people like chainsaws. What can I say? I like them myself. So the reason why I did the last video on the McCulloch chainsaw was because there was no reviews of it online. I couldn't find anything. So what has happened, when I got that chainsaw, I didn't really know too much about chainsaws. I hadn't really used them that much. The only one I'd ever used before was a steel that my brother had. So since then I have been cutting more and more timber, as you've seen in other videos. So I decided that it was time for me to upgrade. About 6 months ago I decided to upgrade. So what I did was I gave away the other McCulloch chainsaw to my brother, which, because I received it as a gift, I thought it was only right that I pass it on as a gift and I give it to my brother. And what I did was I bought myself a Husqvarna 435 Mark II chainsaw, to be exact. Okay, this is it right here. Okay, standard Husqvarna chainsaw. The specifications of it are: it has a 40.9cc engine. Why you couldn't just make it 41cc, I don't know. It has a 15-inch bar. It weighs 4.2 kilograms. Excuse me, I dropped my cheat sheet. And it has a 1.6 kilowatt output. What does that mean in layman's terms? It's got a fair bit of power, and it is light. It's light. It is lighter and smaller than the McCulloch, which was nearly 5. The McCulloch was nearly 5 cc's less power in it. But this thing is designed and marketed towards the homeowner, but like a more serious homeowner who's cutting a lot of logs, who is maybe has a small bit of land that they're clearing, which is exactly what I use it for. So it cost me £325 in a local shop. Now I went local because I didn't want to buy it online, because it is, you know, it's an expensive piece of machinery. The shop will stand over it. I got a 1-year guarantee straight away, and I registered it online, and I got an extra year on top of that. So it came with a free chain, well, 2 chains total, and 2 books. Now the guy in the shop said to me, "Oh, these books are quite good, you know, you'll get a lot of use out of them." I didn't really believe him. I went into the shop, I got the chainsaw, took it home, and the 2 books are excellent. They're very, very good. I think they're actually the training manual that Husqvarna use for a level 1 training course. So what do we have here? Husqvarna 435 X-torq. Now, a couple of features on the saw. See this? Flip up opener. For your petrol, for your mix, and for your oil. A level indicator for how much petrol is in your tank. In my review of the McCulloch chainsaw, there was a couple of things I touched upon. One being the way the fuel caps were in the oil caps, and I didn't really like them. And I thought it would be, I wasn't sure whether or not it would be something that would be a deal breaker for me, and it turned out it was. The reason why I picked this, the 435-2 over other models, was because it had these easy open and close fuel caps and oil caps, and they're excellent. And the indicator for the petrol is something I haven't seen on any other chainsaw. Oh my god, it's so handy. Like, it's so simple. Who would have thought? It's so simple, but it's perfect. You just pick up the saw, you look at it, you see if there's enough fuel in it, you know, and you just work away at that. What do I think of it so far? I have used this saw in the 4 to 6 months that I have had it more than I have used the McCulloch and the Stihl combined. I have run this saw through, I don't know, like, was it 13-inch, 15-inch barnet? So I've run it through 20-inch trees. I've had the cut from both sides, and this thing has been flawless. The chain, which is a Husqvarna chain that comes with it, is very, very good. The 40cc or the 41cc is perfect for me. I probably at some stage, if I'm ever managing land or anything like that, or win the lotto and have a shitload of money and I can buy a forest, I'd probably go for another Husqvarna, but just get the 500 XP or the 550 XP, I think it is, which is 55cc bigger bars, stuff like that. But if you are a homeowner, or you're doing logs for your fire, for your wood burning stove, or you are a farmer and you're just clearing land and stuff like that, and you're not running up against big massive trees, the occasional user, as I would say, this saw is perfect. Perfect. Now the only thing I have to compare it against is the Stihl MS 180, which was only 32cc. Which we had problems with from the very, very beginning. Actually, the spark plug rung itself on the inside of the engine block and blew out, and we had to get the engine block board and a new tread put into it, and it just hasn't really run properly since. The McCulloch, the CS 360T, was a good saw, but it had a couple of things I didn't like. It was bulky, it was wide, it was like a little fat piggy saw, small bar, thin chain. I didn't like the chain tensioning system on it. I found it could come loose after a bit of, if you're using it for a long time, and no matter how hard I tighten it down, it would come loose, and I would have to check it every so often. Whereas this has the standard, there's just a nut here, tighten a knot. It's tight. It's tight because you've put a bloody wrench on it. And overall, I'm a lot happier with the Husqvarna, even though I had to pay for it. But you buy cheap, buy twice, is what they say. What I would give it out of 10, I would give it a 10 out of 10. If anybody, I would highly recommend this saw, and I would also get it in combination with one of these Husqvarna combi cans. My God, another simple thing. I know other companies make them. These things are amazing. You push this in, which pushes that down, and it works the same as the petrol tanks. And when your fuel is full, that's it. Now I'll show you guys how to cold start this thing, okay? So guys, this is how you start the Husky. Okay, take off your chain guard, put it away somewhere because it's windy. Make sure your chain lock is on. All right. So first thing you do, pull out the choke and lift it up. Okay. It has this little handy thing here. You put your fingers on here. Pump this 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, give it a pull. Okay, you heard that? One little kick, push it down. Now this is a cold start, okay? Push it down. It's usually 3. Took 2. Stop it. That's it. So in conclusion, guys and girls, if you're shopping around, or you're in the market for getting a saw, as I described, a homeowner type saw, Husqvarna are excellent saw. I have no complaints as of yet. 6 months of hard use in, probably, I'd say I'm running at about 4 hours a week, which I would consider hard use because I don't get a lot of time. I have ran it. I ran it one day for, I'd say I ran it for about 8 hours straight. Not an issue at all. I did have to change out the chain, but the chain, I had used the chain for a good 2 months before that. And it is very economical as well. It's easy on fuel, as far as I can see, compared to the other saws I've used. So big thumbs up for me, Husqvarna. Well done. If you want to send me some free stuff, feel free to do. Thanks for watching Wally's World, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And if there's anything else you'd like me to do a review on, please let me know. And if you have a Husqvarna saw, and you know, whatever you think of it, let me know as well. Stay classy.